finished, and welcome back to another Souls-like video. And I swear to God, I cannot believe I even have to make this video. Silksong has been out for like, what, a week? Less than a week? And already I'm seeing words that make my blood boil. Nerfs. People crying that the bosses are too hard. People begging Team Cherry to ease up because they can't handle a fight without their mommy holding their hand. Are you kidding me? This is Hollow Knight. This is Silksong. This game was born to test you. And if you can't handle that, get out of my Souls-like. Let's make something crystal clear. Difficulty is the soul of this genre. Difficulty isn't a side dish in Souls-like. It's the main course. The entire reason why we play Souls-likes. The reason we praise them is because they give us that tension, that raw thrill of overcoming something brutal. Without difficulty, you strip away the identity. It's just another lifeless hack and slash. It's the heartbeat. Every retry, every stagger, every time you die and respawn, you're not being punished. You're being sharpened. Every death matters. Every retry matters. Every tiny window you learn in a boss fight makes victory actually mean something. If you can't understand that, you don't know what you're doing in this genre. Go play with Legos, and not the small ones. The giant blocks so you don't hurt yourself. And you know what's hilarious about this whole entire thing? The same people crying right now, they're the same ones who cheer when From Software drops a Prepare to Die edition. But when Silksong dares to live up to that ethos, suddenly it's too hard. Please. You don't get to eat at this table if you're just here for the baby food. If difficulty scares you, go play Animal Crossing. Go build a farm in Stardew Valley. Don't come here and try to neuter the only genre with a pulse left in gaming. And let's talk about Hornet. She wasn't just some NPC in Hollow Knight. She was the fight. She was fast, she was relentless, she was unforgiving. She defined what a true rival actually felt like. So now we're playing as Hornet herself in Silksong, and what? The enemy should be easier? That's a complete betrayal of her character. People act like they don't even understand why she's faster, meaner, more fragile than the knight. It's because she's different, boys and girls. Hornet is a hunter. She's movement, precision, speed, versatility. She's not a tank like the knight, who was built to take hits and outlast. No, she was built to test your reactions. If the bosses don't push her to the edge, then what the hell are we even doing here? Nerfing them is spitting on everything she represents. The knight was a vessel, a tank. He could take hits. He had resilience. But Hornet is a predator. She's not meant to face pillow-fisted enemies. She was literally designed to go up against fast, vicious hunters like herself. That's why her enemies have more speed, more aggression, more verticality. If Team Cherry nerfs them, they're not just nerfing the bosses. They're gutting Hornet's identity. They're making her journey meaningless. And honestly, that's an insult to her legacy. Look at Souls-like history. Every time devs bow to complaint and nerf bosses, it never makes the game better. This is not the first time this debate has popped up. Let's look back. Dark Souls 2. Remember when they toned down enemy aggression in Scholar of the First Sin? Suddenly entire encounters that used to test your patience became boring. Elden Ring. They nerfed Radon after launch. At release, he was a titan, a festival of pain. And then they patched him into a sad shadow of himself. People literally begged FromSoft to buff him back. That's how pathetic nerfs feel. Sekiro. Imagine if they nerfed Ishan, the Sword Saint. That fight is the final exam. It's what makes the game immortal. Without it, Sekiro wouldn't even be remembered. Every time devs nerf a boss, the same thing happens. The legacy of the fight dies. That sense of achievement evaporates. And you know what replaces it? Nothing. Just another meh encounter. So when I hear people want Team Cherry to nerf Silksong's early bosses, all I see is history repeating. You're not fixing the game, you're gutting it. And here's what kills me. This isn't some surprise difficulty spike. No. The community literally begged for Silksong to be harder. Go look at old Hollow Knight forums. Watch interviews. Fans said make Hornet's journey meaner. They wanted bosses that would eat you alive. So let's not forget, players asked for this. Hollow Knight veterans begged Team Cherry to crank the difficulty all the way up. They wanted Silksong to push them harder. We didn't wait 6 years for a watered down experience. We wanted the pain, we wanted the sweat, we wanted to break our controllers and still say, one more try, this'll be the one, I'll get it this time. So now these same players are crying for nerfs? You're moving the goalpost. You begged for harder and now you want softer. Make up your mind. You don't speak for this community. You speak for people who don't belong here in the first place. You don't get to beg for that and then backpedal when you actually get it. You don't walk into a boxing ring, ask the champ to hit you, and then cry when he lands a punch. You wanted the smoke? Well, Team Cherry gave it to you. Own it. And I'll be blunt, if you're asking for nerfs in Silksong, you are ruining the last genre in gaming that still has soul. Everything else in this industry is chasing battle passes, shiny skins, half-baked live services. Souls-like, they're the last holdout, the last bastion of real gaming challenge. So when you crawl onto forums crying because this boss is too mean, you're stabbing this genre in the back. You want everything easy because life's hard. Well, guess what? Life is hard. That's the point. That's what makes victory worth something. If you can't deal with that, I don't know how you've even survived this long. Now, listen, I could try to sympathize. I could sit here and say, hey, not everyone's good at these games, and that's okay. But nah, I'm not gonna lie to you. If you think Silksong is too hard, then Souls-like aren't for you, period. And that's okay. Nobody's forcing you to play them. But don't drag the rest of us down because you want training wheels. That's like walking into a metal concert and demanding they play Taylor Swift because your ears hurt. You're in the wrong room, bro. Life doesn't get nerfed. Bosses shouldn't either. Let's talk about design philosophy because Team Cherry knows exactly what they're doing. Hollow Knight wasn't built around instant gratification. It was built on exploration, trial, mastery. Silksong takes that and amplifies it. You're not supposed to steamroll bosses. You're supposed to dance with them. Hornet's mobility exists for a reason. Her kit was designed for fast-paced duels. And if you refuse to engage with that, if you just want a press X to win simulator, that's not bad design. That's you refusing to play the game as intended. When you nerf bosses, you erase that philosophy, you flatten the dance into a stumble. And this is where I get real. The Souls-like community is one of the last places in gaming where challenge is respected, where victory is earned, not handed out, where people bond over overcoming pain, not skipping it. If we start begging for nerfs, we're betraying that identity. We're betraying every player who stayed up until 3 a.m. dying to Melania. Every player who banged their heads against Ornstein and Smog. Every player who fought absolute radiance for hours until victory finally came. We don't need nerfs, we need grit. We need the pain. Silksong bosses are not too hard, they're not unfair, they're exactly what they need to be. They reflect Hornet, they reflect us. Silksong bosses don't need nerfs. They don't need training wheels. They need to stay brutal. They need to remind us why we begged for this game in the first place. Hornet deserves better, we deserve better. So if you can't handle that, go back to your plastic toys. Go back to baby mode. Souls-likes aren't for you, and that's fine. But don't you dare try to ruin the one genre left that still has soul. Silksong doesn't need nerfs. What it needs is players with backbone. And if that makes you mad, well, then good. Because this is a game that deserves your respect, not your whining. So if you think Silksong is too hard, do me a favor. Uninstall the game. Go back to Duplo blocks. Souls-likes aren't for you. Leave this genre to the people who still love games with teeth, because if you think difficulty is a problem, then you are the problem. And that's it. I've said my piece. If you're still crying for nerfs after this, uninstall Silksong, go back to playing with Mega Blocks, and leave the rest of us to suffer like gods. If you're a real Souls-like enjoyer, hit that like button, drop a sub, and join the Maidenless Madness. Every week over on my Twitch at LimeryEN, I'm diving headfirst into the pain and dragging you with me, with 500 unique Elden Ring challenges designed to make me go insane. I'm Limery, your lime-breathing dragon VTuber, reminding you suffering is mandatory, victory is optional, and nerf requests will be punished here. Now, go sharpen your nails, because Hornet is waiting. Goodbye, Tarnish! Bye 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 bye!